Join me for a spotlight session like this. All you need to do is to join one of my monthly challenges, either notes or writing. Stay consistent and make sure you add yourself to the accountability tracker. Oh, and you have to be one of my paid members. If you complete just one of those challenges in just one single month, it's highly probable that I will select you for a spotlight session so that you can talk about yourself, share your personal story, and spread the word about your Substack so that more people will learn about it and hopefully become your subscribers. I distribute those sessions to my entire subscriber list on Substack, ConvertKit, NowKit, and my Medium account and my social media channels. It's easy to win those challenges, and all you need to do is just to stay consistent. I see you inside. Okay, all right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this spotlight session with our winner from our November writing challenge. His name is Daniel, and he's a business coach and a public speaker who loves live close to nature. That's right. Yes, I'm not.
Yes, correct. Hello, Jana. Good evening, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I was, as you know, I was quite surprised to be the winner because I had not quite a good start in the month, but seems
Yes.
I succeeded anyway. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. No, you were so active in both challenges actually, but I had to choose just one from the community and yeah, as a start, would you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, a few words about me. My name is Daniel. I'm a life and business coach. I'm also a public speaker here on my little farm, on my little homestead. And that is quite the unique selling proposition, I would say, because there is a lot of life coaches, not only on Substack, but anyway on the internet. A lot of them are super good, super well educated, and they know their stuff. But I have my questions sometimes when I see that they call themselves holistic life coaches, but they never had 30 hands and never planted a plant or a tree. So holistic or sustainability is probably not their strongest point. Let's say like that.
Yeah, interesting. How do you perceive this holistic concept? I also think it's a lot of interpretation there, but what's your version?
My version is this. I'm a professional gardener. I'm a
Right.
certificated gardener with a Swiss education. I was raised and born and raised in Switzerland. I
Really
spent
great.
most of my adult life in Switzerland. I'm only in Transylvania for the last 20 years. I built my homestead together with my wife here, and we have a very little farm. Most Americans wouldn't even consider it a farm. So let's talk about a homestead. It's probably more suitable. And yes, I'm a gardener, a permaculture designer, and also a financial consultant. So I have a background which permits a lot of knowledge in many different segments of life.
Interesting. Yes, I was gonna ask you about this particularly because it's curious, and I'm particularly curious how those things work together. So a business coach, a public speaker, and also a farmer, a gardener.
Yes, they go very well together. I tell you why. Because as a gardener, permaculture designer, I'm used to think in natural terms. I'm used to think in circles, natural circles like water circles, air circles, what is about soil, microbiomes, etc., etc. So this is a very interesting foundation because it's the foundation of life, actually. And this makes it very interesting in almost every segment of life. And I'm sure we will reach to the different segments I am talking about later. But yeah, the working with these natural principles is a very interesting and quite a unique lens
Yes.
to see the problems which I have to solve together with my clients. Yes.
Yes, yes. And how does this connect to Substack? How did you decide to start your journey on Substack?
Uh, Substack's journey actually started on Twitter, to be honest.
Really?
I, I
Interesting.
started in 2023 a Twitter account. I reached there 600 followers relatively easily, but there was no conversion to any kind of business activities. So, and with time, I observed that I'm not a good short writer. I have my difficulties to tell my story in 280 characters. So I prefer the longer versions where I can more specific and more detailed. So from Twitter, I went to Substack in I 1 year ago, I think exactly. I opened the account, but really to write regularly, I started in April this year.
Okay, okay, okay. And what do you try to achieve on Substack? What are your goals?
Obviously, to grow the audience, to make me better known in the marketplace. My approach is a little bit different, probably, and I try to show people what are the real problems are on our planet,
Okay,
and
yeah.
that the discussion always through the lens of nature's view is quite an interesting point. Yes.
Yes, 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 interesting indeed. And can you share some best practices that you have already established? I'm sure that a lot of people would be interested.
Best practice, yes. Best practice on Substack is obviously notes as much as you can, as often as you can, short, long, whatever you prefer. There are people so different on Substack. There are the writers, the strict readers, the community searching people. So there is effectively space for anybody, and you
Yeah.
have to find your style and what you prefer, and that's the recipe for success.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I also find it's more about being authentic there and not so much like finding the viral formula or something that works and will work in the future. It really, I have studied viral notes so much and I really find there's no pattern. Anything, anything
Yeah.
goes. It's all about just being yourself. I don't
I,
know. Uh,
exactly. I think, and in huge contrast to you, for example, I'm not the nerd. I'm not the numbers guy. I
yes,
hate nothing more than statistics, and
yes,
I usually don't consult the Substack statistics. Unfortunately, I know I should, but anything goes as long as you are authentic. It's really you speaking,
yeah.
then you will find the audience who loves exactly that.
Yes, yes. You just need to be present there and to show up like daily
Yeah.
and then it happens. But yeah, I remember I was about to ask you for some challenges. I remember in the beginning when you joined the Notes challenge, it was I think about 2 maybe 3 months ago, and it you were also struggling just like me in the beginning, so nobody interacts with your notes and it's really frustrating at the beginning.
Yeah. It's very interesting, and it's even more difficult to see exactly the differences. Sometimes I have the impression when I hit enter, that was really a bad note. That was really, oh my God, this three sentences, the world doesn't need them. and they are exactly the three sentences with the most likes, the most comments, and whatever. So you never know. It is
Yeah.
completely unpredictable, in my opinion.
Yes, yes. For me too. At the beginning, I noticed some types of notes. I even created some templates and added them into the notes challenge for people to find what to write about easier. But now I see so many different types of notes going,
Yeah,
viral that
yeah, yeah,
it's really, you just have to be there and try everything and see what goes.
yeah.
Yeah, but now you have engagement on your notes, right? With
It starts to grow a little bit. Yes, yes. My disadvantage, I would say, like this, is I am talking about topics which make people think. It's not the light stuff. It's
yes,
not wishing you a nice day and hello,
yes,
hello, today is my birthday and ha ha
yes,
ha. We are talking really heavy stuff sometimes in my articles, like child obesity, for
yes,
example, or living on Red Bull and other
yeah,
energy drinks, things people are not aware how dangerous they actually are. So
yes,
it's sometimes probably people read my stuff and then they go, "Oh my God," and don't know
yes,
at first what to comment. So
yeah, yeah. But that's also a good thing at some point because even a comment like something of the type, "Oh my God, I am speechless." It's tells a lot. Basically, it
yeah,
means that you have already influenced people.
exactly, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, which makes me think about. Let's maybe share if you can share more about your Substack. Um,
of course, with pleasure.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, maybe how maybe
So
start with yeah,
my Substack, my whole coaching, especially the life coaching, is about my own journey. Uh, I had very, very severe health problems in 2018. I had an almost deadly heart attack, which grounded me completely for a month. Uh,
yeah,
Obviously, it was a
serious.
combination of many, many very stupid life choices and not so smart lifestyle habits. So I had to build up or rebuild my life from zero, let's say.
From scratch. Yes,
When you
yes.
are in the ICU and you know, okay, I survived tonight, but nobody guarantees me the next night.
Yeah,
So it makes you think. And I learned my lesson. I changed my habits and my life 180 degrees,
yeah,
completely different. Uh, from eating to rest, to set boundaries, to be really myself,
yeah,
to homesteading, to grow my own food. It's a journey over many, many years. It started way before 2018, but there was already too much damage for my body. So the heart attack was actually the last bell,
yeah.
and
Swab that you
exactly,
receive from life.
exactly.
Yes, yes.
And then I thought about what is really important for me. And that was the beginning of the FARMISH mindset. FARMISH is an acronym. It stands for freedom, for authenticity, relationships, money, innovation, sustainability, and health.
Yeah.
And the FARMISH acronym starts with the F for freedom and ends with H for health. And
Yes.
that is also the two most important segments for me. It is not mandatory that it is for every client I ever talked about. But without freedom, without health, 90% of your life is not that important anymore. So
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
everything between, you need some good relationships, of course. You need a little bit of money to have a nice life. If you are creative and innovative, and all is based on sustainability, then you are the most happy person ever lived on earth. Uh,
Yes.
and that is actually my journey. That is what I try to show my clients, my people, through the lens of the permaculture and the nature principles. How can you make your 7 life segments of the FARMISH acronym a little bit better? And with a little bit better in one segment, you also raise the chances to get better in other segments. And with nature's law, it's almost guaranteed that it
It
gets in
is.
a balance
It
faster.
is. It is. It is really. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny how most of us take those things for like granted, and we don't really think about this, like health and especially nature and staying close to nature and coming back to nature even because right now with this, with our urban lifestyle of living, we are
Yeah.
really, really too
Most of
far away.
us see their health for granted, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not. You can make a lot of stupid decisions along your life, and someday probably it will add up to,
Yes.
and
Yes.
some problems appear.
Yes, yes, yes. I remember Steve Jobs had one saying to take your food as medicine so that you don't take your medicine as food at some point. It's
Exactly.
really
Yes. But
something I remember.
he's actually a very bad example in that case, because
Yes,
he was a fruitarian.
yes,
He
yes.
eated only fruits. And sorry to say that, probably not everybody likes to hear it. That is very stupid,
Yeah,
because
I
it
also
is
think
too much sugar, it is too
yes.
much fructose, and the body is not built to eat only fruits.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, I once went through a program which was all about seasonal eating. I don't know if you know. And
Yeah,
it's
it's
funny
very
how
interesting. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. It was from a guy who was living with some tribes in the wild
yeah,
for months, and he created this program out of what he noticed as patterns of their living, and especially for fruits and also honey and the sweet, like the sweet things that come from nature. He
yeah,
says they come really in really very short periods at a time, just only in the summer,
yeah.
and they come in very small quantities. You cannot really you cannot go and eat all of the fruits from all of the trees that you see at once.
See, that's
Yes,
exactly what I'm talking about on my Substack. This is one of the permaculture principles, for
yes,
instance. Uh,
yes,
Observe and interact. So
yes,
observe when is the fruit in season, and
yes.
what is to do, what is the activity, what is the reason it is that way, and how you can profit, how you can benefit from that.
Benefit, exactly, exactly. Exactly. So, what are your paid subscribers getting as a benefit out of your Substack?
The most important benefit is actually access to me. Uh,
It's right.
every
Yes.
subscriber gets direct access to me through the chat function. That is for many already a very good reason to connect with me and my Substack. But more importantly, is the fact that I offer for my paid subscribers a 50% discount on all of my coachings.
All right.
So I have on Gumroad different coaching programs, targeted little sessions where we talk about one specific problem or one specific pain point to solve.
Yeah.
And this is all at the 50% discount if you are a paid subscriber. So
Great. Yeah. That's a great benefit, really. But would you tell a little bit more about those types of programs and those types of problems that you solve in those
Okay, I
sessions?
I try to remember my exact journey. Because my journey started from being unhealthy, changing eating habits, changing nutrition as a whole. Today, I'm 80% carnivore, keto, if you call
Great.
it like that.
Yeah,
I raise, let's say, 70, 80%, depending the season, of my own food in my own garden.
great.
So that makes me not only self-reliant, it makes me, it's also a very sustainable way of
Yeah,
living. My
yeah.
my carbon footprint is so
Zero.
little.
Yeah.
I could actually go 3 times per year with the airplane in vacation, and it wouldn't hurt my carbon footprint. I've
Okay.
planted in my career over 500 trees,
All
so
right.
make the math. It's
Amazing. Yes,
and
that's a lot.
there are a lot of little pain points on the way to your own homestead. Uh, Usually, as I said, it starts with health problems. Sleeping problems is very often a pain point when people reach out to me. And then, yeah, somewhere how I can eat healthier, how can I do that? Uh, and it usually starts with some cherry tomatoes on the balcony. That's
Yay.
perfect. That is a good, yeah, that's a good first step. And then some people have already a little house or have a possibility to rent a house, and then it starts with the chicken.
Yeah.
And then you when you buy your first chicken, or when you get your first chicken from the neighbor, you will be infected. It's almost guaranteed because
Yes.
it's not nothing funnier than you have your own egg production around the corner. That is super cool, super healthy, and
Yeah, yeah.
one animal leads to the other, and you wake up one day, you have 30 animals, you have a homestead, and you see, okay, I don't even was in any kind of supermarket for the last 6 weeks. What
Yeah.
happened?
Yes.
So, and for many folks and young families, that's exactly the reason to expanding the knowledge, to have at some point in life more freedom, more self-reliance.
Absolutely, yes. And by the way, I also have a small village where my grandparents live, and we also have my father also has a house, and he has some animals there and some plants, and he's trying to live a similar life. He
Mhm.
also loves that type of living, and it's really interesting. Whenever so they send me some homemade food and homegrown food,
Yeah,
and the taste is amazingly different compared
it's
to, for example,
incomparable. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and the eggs are really so yellow, so the egg yolk is so yellow and
yeah.
not like almost white, like if you take it from the supermarket. It's amazing, and the taste of the chicken is really, it cannot be
And
compared, as you say.
probably you are aware of that. The taste is one side of the medal, but also the nutrient content is
Also, of course,
completely
yes,
different.
yes,
That's
yes.
with the storage and with the transports. 80% of nutrients goes away anyway. So the shorter the ways of
It is.
distribution, the better.
Yes, exactly, exactly. And also the feeling after you take such kind of food, you instantly feel energy, and not it's not like when you eat something which is cooked outside, or you cook it but you took it from the supermarket, then it's usually full of those chemicals, and
Mhm.
you actually start feeling tired after eating, and you want to sleep, and that's not how we're supposed to feel
Yeah.
after eat,
And,
you
and
know.
and the better and healthier you eat, the
Yeah.
more aware you get around our environment, our planet itself, and
Exactly.
you start asking some really heavy questions, and you start to think about, because you have time to think when you are weeding your garden. That
Yes.
is not work who needs a lot of brain power. You
Yeah.
have time to reflect. You are
Yes.
and that's exactly my moments when I have my ideas for articles. And yeah, I have no TV for over 10 years, so
Great.
yeah.
Super. Yeah. Yeah. I love
No,
that kind of lifestyle. Yeah.
I totally deleted the propaganda from
Yeah.
every political side. So
Yes.
I'm on the way to be completely ungovernable.
That's
If
great.
that's the goal for you, then I'm the
That's great.
person to
Yes,
speak.
yes. Good to know. Yes, yes. It's great to have such person in the community. What about weight loss? You said you lost about 30 kilos during
Yes.
your transformation. Do you help people do the same? How was your journey?
It's a huge problem. It's and the the more advanced technology becomes, the more seems people are getting heavier and heavier. It's horrible. I must confess, I'm a Swiss born. I'm technically born with a sugar addiction of chocolate. So
Mhm.
it's genetic. So
Yes.
you can't avoid that. So and no, since my adult life, the first beginnings, I was always the dessert lover. I had always a passion for the sweets. It was more than only a habit. It was an addiction.
Okay. Yeah.
When I reflect on that, it's clearly a sugar addiction. And I changed my eating habits the follows. I eat one principal meal per day, and at most of the time, not even that, but at most one time, a little snack.
Okay.
But a
Okay.
little snack for me is something non-carbohydrate.
Yes.
So I'm not talking about biscuits or
Yeah.
cake or something like that. I'm speaking about a piece of meat, a fruit maybe,
Yes.
something like that.
Yeah.
But as I said, I'm 80% carnivore. I eat huge amounts of meat.
Yeah.
Uh, but I raise them all at most of it here on my homestead. And my animals have one shitty day only, and that's the last one.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. They
Yeah,
serve as food
it's
to us. But
unavoidable, and yeah,
yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, I watched one movie, by the way, now that you say this, and it got me thinking about it was about a comparison between a cow that's supposed to be a milk cow and then another cow which is supposed to be a meat cow.
yeah,
And it's which one of them is happier. And it turns out that the cow that serves for meat is much more happier than the other one because the other one is really living a nightmare life um, because of
yeah,
they artificially push the animal to bear children
yeah,
and in order to produce milk all of the time, and then with this milk it's like it was awful. Yeah, yeah, it
yeah.
made me forget
You
about
know,
milk for a while. Yeah.
most of the people talking about animal rights, they are obviously they are manipulated, let's say like this, into our existing industrial food system.
True, I
But
think
it
yes.
doesn't have to be like that.
Yes.
I practice a thing called regenerative farming on
Okay,
my homestead. So
what's
my
that?
animals are completely free. They have their needs uh, totally according to their species.
Yeah.
So it's a completely different life.
Happy animals.
Yes, I'm not a fan of animals confined in too little spaces for industrial
Yes, for
needs.
sure,
That's not
for sure.
okay. That's completely not okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, going back to weight loss, I think that would be interesting to people. How do you have such coaching program to help people lose weight in through this
Yes,
lifestyle? Yes.
I can. We can change eating habits with a monthly coaching, for
Yes.
example, because everybody is completely individual. You cannot make
One size
something
fits
for
all.
everybody.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
we have to talk first about where are you, who are you, what
yeah.
are your habits, what are your pain points, and then I make usually a completely personal strategy for everybody, and then also the part of the accountability. That is
That's
usually the
huge.
more
Yes,
important part than
yes.
the strategy itself, because without anybody looking over your shoulder, you are exactly one dessert away from getting
Yeah,
back to your old habits.
exactly.
And the accountability is very, very important. And that is where the coachings make the most sense.
True, true. I think that's the biggest value that comes out of a coaching session and those services that many people offer. It's exactly that, helping you
Yeah.
stay
You know, for a strategy,
healthy. Yeah,
for having a
yeah,
goal, for setting a goal, you don't need a coach. Let's be honest.
yeah,
There is Google, there is ChatGPT, there is whatever you like and
yeah,
prefer, but the accountability, ChatGPT not yet can call you every day and ask you what did you eat today.
yeah,
It
exactly.
will come that time, but not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, not yet. You're right, yes. But also, even if it comes at some point, I think we as humans still need human connection, and
Yeah.
that's the most powerful thing that influences and also help us live a healthier and more fulfilling life.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Interesting. Interesting. So what do you plan something new upcoming for the next year in your Substack?
I have planned to start with some monthly challenges.
Right,
I
interesting. Great.
exactly. I want to show people that with little steps you can fight your bad habits in a funny and successful way, and that will be my challenges all about. But the most important news for 2025 is a completely free new audit. I
Right,
made,
okay.
I call it the nature connection audit. It
Okay.
is an overview. It is 20 questions, but 20 questions that goes to the meat.
Mhm. Yeah.
So you really have to think about 20 questions, and the answers you get will the audit the findings gives you a very good hint what your strategy could be to get healthier or homesteading even faster.
Yeah.
So it is not only an overview who you are at the moment, it's
Okay.
also a step by step possibilities and strategies for growth in every farmish segment.
All right. That's very interesting, actually. It's some kind of a personalized farmish
It's
strategy.
totally personalized. It
Yeah.
can't it cannot be automatized. It has some open questions. I and my team, we are reviewing every audit submitted by people interested in it. It will be completely free. It will be accessible, I think, from next week on.
Interesting. Looking forward. That would be really, really Very interesting
Yeah,
too.
I'm very glad. I thought a long time about it, but it seems to me people are so disconnected from nature, but often completely unaware.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
eating 3 times a week in McDonald's sounds completely normal,
Yeah.
but guess what? It's not.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
And yeah, there are some nice questions who can show you who you are, where you are in relation with nature, and the end goal, of course, is to make nature your strongest ally. Um, According to many scientists, when you are in complete strategy combined with nature, everything goes faster and with more success. It's completely
It's
natural.
it's yeah, it can transform your whole life basically
Yep.
in all of the ways. But it's
Yeah.
funny how Substack give us so many opportunities and ways to get creative and introduce such interesting
Indeed.
offers. Yes,
Indeed.
yeah,
Yes. And every day appears something new,
yeah.
some new writer, some new coach on Substack. It's very interesting.
It is.
Right.
It is. I'm really so curious how this platform develops so far. It's promising. It's something that really can grow really big. But let's see. I hope it doesn't get.
It
Um,
all depends on free speech.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
all depends on free speech. When
Yeah.
the first free speech sentences will be deleted, then we have a problem.
Then we have a problem. Yeah. True. Right. So, anything you want to share about yeah, Substack? Maybe if you had to do it all over again, would you do something differently?
Yes, I would. I would start earlier.
Good one. I like that one. Me too. Me too.
No, I think most people are at least a little bit procrastinators as I am. So uh, I thought way too much to be the perfect writer. I learned over the month I'm on Substack, there is no such thing as a
Yeah.
complete and perfect writer. Everybody has his style or her
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
And yeah, I myself, I spent way too much time to learn how to write. So yeah, and
Yeah.
now it seems there are a lot of people who like I write, and yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting better indeed. When I read the first articles I published on Medium or on Substack, it's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. Tell me
So
about
yeah,
it.
there is clearly an evolution to observe.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. But at the end of the day, it's just few things that you need to know and practice, and that's pretty it. Pretty much it. It's just all of it is just being authentic and share what you have to share.
Um, I think for beginners, when I think back
Yeah,
when I started, it was quite unclear for me what I was doing on Substack. I hadn't any strategy or plan, or
mhm.
so. I think the first thing you have to decide as a beginner is: will Substack be your hobby, or do you intend to become it a business? Because that's a completely different view of it.
Yes,
Because when you decide, no, it should be at least a side hustle, so it should generate an income at some
yes,
point,
yeah,
then you have to write a little bit different. Then you have to search the pain points from your audience. You
yeah,
have to narrow it a little bit. You have to write about topics not only you are interested in, but only topics you can narrow down to some pain points.
exactly.
The better you can describe what your potential client is suffering, the
Yes,
better and the more money, or the better the chance you can make some money with that.
It is like
First is detecting what hurts them, then describing it perfectly so they can relate,
yeah,
and then immediately afterwards sell something.
yeah,
People
yes.
forget to sell. Every business sells something,
Exactly, exactly.
even it is if it is your time,
Yes,
whatever
yes.
it is, but you have to sell something.
True, true. It's interesting. It's good that you say that. I have been during my conversations with a lot of people online. I have been meeting people who say, "Oh no, I'm not selling. I just want to write. I want to just share with the world whatever I have to share," and then
Yeah,
come back to me and say, "Look, I don't make money. Well, how do you make money if you're
that,
not
yeah.
selling?"
That is
Exactly.
that approach is completely okay. You
Yeah,
can write whatever you want, but
yeah,
don't expect people to pay for it because
exactly.
you are
Yeah,
not solving a problem.
yeah,
I'm in business. I have several businesses here in Romania. I'm co-owner of several businesses or stakeholder at least,
yeah,
and 20 years in small businesses learns you a lot about marketing, a lot about how people think. And
yeah.
believe me, that is the biggest of all mistakes. People are not thinking what their audience, what they need,
Yes,
what is hurtful for
yeah,
them,
yes,
what needs an immediate resolution, immediate solution for the problem, and
yes.
the more urgent and the bigger problem you can solve, the
Yeah.
better you can make the price.
And the more
That
money
is,
you make. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
True, true. All right. Anything else you want to share before we get to the closing? I have few interesting questions at the end of this session for you.
Um, you wanted me to ask about the books I
Yes,
was
this is yes,
inspired,
yes, yes,
and I
yes.
wrote them down because they are really, really interesting, and I would suggest to anybody to read them. The first is The Big Fat Surprise,
All right.
written by Nina Teichholz.
Okay.
Very interesting read, a New York bestseller, by the way. It's about the lies in our food pyramid.
And
So it's about how the food pyramid came to their evolution like it is today, and how
ah,
many lies and how many egos
yeah,
played a role to become that different from what actually our natural nutrition should be.
yeah. It should be. It's quite the opposite, right? I have read
It's
about it. I
you
think
can completely reverse
exactly.
it
Yes.
and
Yes, yes, yes. It's
yeah.
very interesting topic. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. That's a must
It
read
also
for sure.
when you have a look at the few natural tribes that
Yes,
still exists on
yes,
this
yes.
planet, believe me, not even one eats avocados and
Yeah.
tofu
Yes.
and soybeans or whatever.
And so
Uh,
much grains, you know. Yeah.
it's way too much
Way
grains.
too
And
much
the
grains.
interesting fact is, farmers like me, we feed grains to the pigs.
Yeah,
Guess what?
exactly. Yes.
To get them fat,
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
we have a very similar
Yeah.
digestion
Yes.
as pigs, and we expect a completely different result. It's
It's
totally
insane.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. What about the other books? Yes.
The next book is Regenerative Agriculture, written by Richard Perkins.
All right.
Uh, Absolutely perfect book for little homesteads and farms because he is proving in the most horrible climate and with very little space that he can grow everything he need for his family. And it's written very funny and completely interesting for somebody
And
who is on that way.
yeah.
And the next, the next is more psychological gain. It's The Art of Not Giving a Fuck
Yeah.
from
No,
Mark
that one.
Manson. Mark
Yes.
Manson, I
One of
love
my
that book.
favorites.
It is written as it could come from my heart because we are worrying way too much.
Yes.
All of us, 95 of problems percent of problems we are thinking about will never happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
get it
True.
easier, get it, come in the flow, try to live your life, and don't give a fuck of too much.
Exactly. Exactly. I love that one. Really, it's
That's really
amazing.
a great book. I love it.
Yes. Yes. Great.
Yeah.
What about some productivity tips do you want to share?
Hmm. Productivity tips. It's actually very easy. We are a very distracted society. We are constantly on our phones, on our laptops, on our. If you are one of the few who is able and capable of really focusing on your work, you
Yeah.
are way ahead of 95% of all the rest of the people. Deep focus is the key word here. When you learn what that is and how to reach it every time you are working on something, that is so much to gain from.
Yeah.
And the best book is written from Cal Newport. I have written it down here.
Yeah.
I don't remember the title, but it's Cal Newport. It's a wonderful book about deep focus work.
I'll check. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And
Super.
also learn to rest, learn to have your boundaries. Especially women have a lot of problems with that boundaries, because usually it's not only the business, the side hustle, and the family,
Yeah.
it's everything else around
Everything.
also.
Yes.
So
Yes.
they have a lot of problems to set boundaries, to say their children, listen, my dear, now mommy is for 2 hours unavailable. And
Yes.
they learn, they can learn. I
They
have
can.
I have examples around my relationships here. Friends of me, they succeed in it perfectly. Children understand
Yeah.
from age 3,
True.
no
That's
problem.
true.
They
Yeah.
can learn. But the impulse must come from you as the mom or the
Yeah.
dad.
Yes.
Now it's focus time. Daddy has to
True.
work.
True.
Punkt.
Yeah. Yes. 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 That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Final question. If money wasn't an issue, what would you do? I love that
so
question.
to be honest, money is an issue.
Okay.
I'm not a multi-billionaire, so no, we have everything. I'm very happy. I have a wonderful life with my wife together. We are 20 years together, so it's almost perfect. But of course, a little bit more money wouldn't hurt.
Yeah.
We have everything but money. So if money wouldn't be an issue, I would have, without any doubt, a bigger farm.
Yeah. No,
Without any doubt, honestly,
of
without any
course.
doubt,
Of course.
I would buy some hectares of good land and build a house and have more animals. And I would love to prove the world that on relatively small space you can achieve unbelievable
True.
harvest. It's unbelievable.
Amazing.
But you have
Amazing.
to understand nature. You have to work with nature, not against. And it's amazing.
It really
When
is.
I would leave now my homestead I can guarantee you in 5 years it would be a forest. The
Yes.
soil has become so fertile. It
Yes.
is unbelievable. We produce 5 times the value of fruit and meat and vegetables on our space in comparison to all our neighbors.
Well, that's great. That's
Five
really
times,
great. Yes.
easily 5 times.
But that when you have this closed circle, as you mentioned,
Exactly.
it happens like that.
You have to build your homestead like an ecosystem.
An ecosystem, yes,
Yeah,
yes, because they're all connected and they're all
exactly.
nourish each other.
And
Yes, yes,
exactly that is also your life.
yes,
Reconnecting with nature in all segments and you have your ecosystem that works for you, not against you.
Great, great. Well, fingers crossed you get to that dream of yours and make it a reality.
You know, I'm 57, so I will not live the next 50 years, I suppose. So you never know. But
Who knows? Maybe Substack can help, you know?
yeah,
Yeah,
you never know.
you never
But
know.
yes, it would lovely to have a bigger farm. But when I would have that much money, then it would be also in a little bit the warmer climate.
Yes, great.
Transylvania is wonderful. It offers the most beautiful summers and autumns, but winter is not my thing.
Yes. Well, fingers crossed. Yes, I love
Yeah,
how you
fingers
say.
crossed.
Yeah, I love how you say when I have and not if. That's very, very important. I
Exactly.
hear
Yes, you
kids.
are right. Actually, yes, yes.
Yeah.
See, old habits. Mhm.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for this wonderful session. It was so interesting for me, and I
Yeah,
hope
I have to
also for
thank
others.
you. I have to thank you. You're a
Oh,
wonderful host, very
thank
well
you.
prepared, and you have no idea how much I learned from you already. And
Oh, thank you.
I can only suggest to anybody hearing or seeing this video, uh, become a paid subscriber from Jana, because the amount of knowledge you will gain is incredible.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Just for the record, I never asked Daniel to say that. So
No, you
thank you.
didn't. I swear by
Thank you so
everything
much.
is holy for me. No,
Yeah,
you didn't. No, that is
means a
coming from
lot.
me because I see the value. I see
Yeah.
how much I gained and learned already, especially because I'm not the numbers nerd.
Yes, yes.
Uh, the benefits you offer are really incredible.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. But that's how our society works. Well, whenever somebody is strong in something, they have to share so other people can benefit, you know. That's also what I believe. I try to help more and more people with that. And thank you for being with me and being a paid subscriber. And thank you
Yes,
for this
of
wonderful
course.
session. I think this has huge potential. Hopefully, it grows even faster.
We
Uh,
will learn on the way. We will
yeah,
getting better every day a little
of
bit,
course.
and yeah, together the
Together.
horizon is not even the end.
Yes, yes.
Join me for a spotlight session like this. All you need to do is to join one of my monthly challenges, either notes or writing. Stay consistent and make sure you add yourself to the accountability tracker. Oh, and you have to be one of my paid members. If you complete just one of those challenges in just one single month, it's highly probable that I will select you for a spotlight session so that you can talk about yourself, share your personal story, and spread the word about your Substack so that more people will learn about it and hopefully become your subscribers. I distribute those sessions to my entire subscriber list on Substack, ConvertKit, NowKit, and my Medium account and my social media channels. It's easy to win those challenges, and all you need to do is just to stay consistent. I see you inside.